Hello everybody. So recently I did a video about things that really annoy me in modern video games, and it did really well. So I thought that I would now talk to you about 10 things that I like about modern video games, 10 things that don't annoy me about modern video games. And I'll put a link to the video in the description below, as well as here in the top right hand corner. Okay, and please, if you do like the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe for future content. So with all that being said, I'm MurcianWolf, and here are 10 things that don't annoy me about modern video games. Number 1. Let's start with the most obvious here. The graphics. They just make games more enjoyable. What I like now as well, which is becoming more common, is the seamless transition from gameplay to cutscene. We see this especially well in Naughty Dog games like The Last of Us and Uncharted. Now don't get me wrong, there are plenty of games where the graphics are not the focus of the game. But there is just something about watching all of the carnage unfold in great 4K graphics that just make the game complete and completely viewable and not wanting to put it down. Number 2. One thing that has certainly evolved is the voice acting. Does anyone remember the original Resident Evil all the way back in 1996? Now obviously technology has helped, but it simply cannot be overestimated how good voice acting can make or break a game, and truly keep you wanting to play that game. If the voice acting is so bad, it makes you just want to throw your controller at the screen and scream at the actor, going, "Ah, why?" And with that in mind, I'm currently playing 2 Let's Plays. One of them has good acting, and the other one not so good. And I find myself struggling to pick up the controller and to start the game and to carry on playing the game with bad acting, because the acting just puts me off, and I find it very difficult to enjoy that game. Number 3. Online play. Now this is something that I personally have only recently come across in the last few years. I'm not very good at online gameplay. Going against other people, I'm terrible at it. But again, it's about the challenge of being able to take on another person, and then trying it again when I have an epic fail, just recycling it and trying to get better when you fail. And that's not to say there's no rage quitting, especially when when things are not going to plan. But games where you can play against someone on the other side of the world is fascinating, and I think it's very special. And it also allows you that self-confidence to play without having to worry about the person being beside you. And guys, if you would like me to play some more online stuff, let me know in the comments below, and I'll do that for you. Okay, so number 4, integrated tutorials. Now, one thing that used to annoy the hell out of me in old games was having to do a whole level before starting the game. A whole tutorial level. And, there were some where you had to do it before you could even enjoy the gameplay. And the tutorial was so difficult. Driver, I'm talking about you. But, nowadays, they integrate it so well. Most games have a prologue where you have combat and you learn the different controls in the different scenarios, and they give you hints. And yet, at the same time, it doesn't feel like it's forced upon you, allowing for a better experience. Number 5, digital downloads. Now, this is something that I love about modern gaming. I don't need to go to the shop to buy the game. I can just download it directly into my console, and boom, when it's finished downloading, I can start it up. And of course, nowadays we have to download the hard copy anyway. So this is just a faster process. And while there isn't much that can actually, beat holding the hard copy of the game, I just don't think that it is that much of a factor for me these days. And I just think the pure convenience of having the game to download whenever I want to is completely awesome. And I believe this is the reason why 95% of my library is digital. Number 6, a huge selection of games available to buy or play. Because we have digital downloads, it means that we have a huge selection to choose from. You only need to go onto the store, type in the name of the game that you want to play or you've heard of, select it, buy it, download it, and that's it. Chances are the store will have it and you're ready to go. And this is also exacerbated by the fact that there always seems to be a sale on. All of the time. So you're never too far away from getting a new game whenever you feel like it. What's more is there are now gaming companies releasing remastered versions of games from previous ages, previous consoles, which only adds to the choice that we have as gamers. Number 7, better stories. Nowadays, the stories are better than they've ever been. They're so complex, yet at the same time compelling. There are just so many games recently where I have been playing, only to realize I've been playing for 8 hours long and it was 3 o'clock in the morning. Getting lost in the story, even if it is a little confusing, gives me the challenge of trying to unravel everything and solve the mystery and the secrets of the game and the story. And something like this is something that we didn't really get before. But now in modern gaming, majority of the games have a very good quality storyline. Okay, number 8. Trophies. Okay, so you may find this one a bit strange, but hear me out. Whilst as far as I know, these are not like the Xbox points where you can use them and buy things. I love trophies anyway. They allow you to track your progress in a game. It shows you what you've missed in a game if you want to unveil that trophy. But the idea that you can see what your friends have and what they have done in the game that you have both played and then endlessly ridicule them for not getting that trophy is great and priceless. But furthermore, it does give you that added motivation to go back and get that trophy you missed. And with the holy grail of getting the platinum trophy. Of course, there are no rewards for this, but getting that platinum trophy, which everybody seems to want these days. Not so much myself. As you can see, I only have 7 platinum trophies. So I'm not a platinumer, but the pride I felt at getting every single one of those 7 platinums is uncountable. And the joy that I got when I first saw on my PlayStation Network profiles page that I was in the first 50 to get a trophy, knowing that that will remain there forever, just made me feel a great sense of achievement. Okay, number 9. Now, a lot of games these days are non-linear, which is fantastic. I just love the fact that you can explore and do what you want and not have to follow a strict line in the game. Now, obviously I don't like it when it leads to me having to play an 80, 90, 100 hour game unless it is The Witcher. But it just feels boring and forced when it is a completely linear structure. And so when it's not linear and it has that little element of exploration, that is something that I enjoy. And finally, number 10, patches for problems. I mean, you just have to look at the latest Cyberpunk game. A game that I have yet to play, actually. If you think I should play it for you guys, let me know. It is something that I would like to play, but it had a terrible launch. There were bugs everywhere, and it actually forced them to apologize. The company, Project Red. But they quickly came up with the patch to help out, and nowadays the game is supposedly very good, effective, and those bugs aren't as noticeable. And of course, a long time ago, games didn't have this choice. They weren't able to release patches. So while some people might say that without patches, games are more thought out, they're more detailed, there's less possibilities of errors, I think for developers, having that added option of being able to release a patch is very beneficial. Because, back in the day, if you released a game and it wasn't perfect, there was no way to get rid of the bugs and the errors that it had, and you just had to live with it. And so that was 10 things that don't annoy me about modern video games. Do you agree with me? If not, what would you change? Leave a comment below and let me know. And if you would like me to continue making more of these types of videos, comment down below. Let me know what you would like to watch. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. If you liked it, please leave a like, a subscribe in the page for me. And I have been your host, MurcianWolf, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.